So we've shipped students, but let's move on from dorm rooms and teen angst and focus more on the professionals. Today, I'll be shipping some of our favorite UA teachers and pro heroes and making some superpowered babies. We officially met this first pro hero on the raid of the League of Villains hideout. Edshot may be known for his snazzy ninja costume, but he's also got a really powerful quirk, photo body. We see him slide through the door to the hideout like a damn pancake, and then he twists into a thread and pretty much lobotomizes a Nomu. He's obviously a formidable hero if he made the infiltration team in the first place. Let's pair him up with Kamui Woods, one of my favorite pros. I mean, come on, the guy looks like a canoe. And we've seen his lacquered chains prison move a couple of times, and it's pretty cool. And their baby might be the most powerful one we've made yet. Okay, I know what you're thinking. How could Origami Boy and Groot make the most powerful baby? Think of it like this, okay? Edshot has the ability to stretch, twist, and fold his body into any shape imaginable, and Kamui Woods has the ability to control and generate the wood covering his body. And when you combine the abilities, you get the ultra powerful quirk I like to call toothpick. Okay, yes, that might not sound super intimidating, but hear me out, all right? This baby would be able to launch into the air, morph into a splinter, and lodge themselves in a villain. While the splinters are definitely annoying and kind of painful, this baby can do way more than just piss villains off by getting wedged in their palms. After successfully infiltrating the body of the target, they'd be able to expand and grow into a beautiful, luscious, and extremely deadly forest. And if you're growing a forest out of some bad guy's body, they're most likely not gonna survive the experience. While turning villains into plant food is definitely not hero worthy, I'm pretty sure this baby could find a less deadly way to use their quirk. I mean, they could just be a toothpick, but murder forest is always an option, I'm just saying. Okay, so I have a big soft spot for these next two pros because they are both absolutely horrifying to look at. More so ectoplasm than Cementos. Like Cementos is just like a square boy, but like in real life, that'd be like really weird, I feel like. Good old Cementos with his block ass head, and ectoplasm who, like, come on, you're a math teacher, man. Why do you look like Red Skull mixed with Inspector Gadget? Despite these teachers' looks, I feel like they're good guys and they make a pretty strong baby. Also, I'm pretty sure that ectoplasm stole Naruto's clone jutsu and is now just passing it off as his own quirk. Anyways, what happens when you combine ectoplasm's ectoclones and Cementos' ability to control cement? Cement clones. Of course. This baby would be able to create clones by driving their hands into any surface made of cement. Unlike the clones ectoplasm produces, our baby's clones would be much stronger and sturdier. They'd end up being like the sand or rock clones from Naruto. And okay, I met my 2 Naruto reference quota. We can continue. But how many clones could this cementy hero make? Well, if ectoplasm really pushes himself, he can make about 36 clones. But he's using that gross goop from his own body to make the copies. So of course the number he can summon is limited. His kid, however, can use any surrounding cement, making the possible number of cement clones almost limitless depending on how much material is nearby. Like think about it. If this guy was in a parking garage, he could probably generate like 10,000 clones. And for better or for worse, this baby will probably inherit their father's strong features. I mean, they're really ugly. Okay, this next ship might seem a bit weird, but trust me, these two would make a beautiful baby together. Of course, I'm talking about Ingenium and Nezu. Confused? Well, don't be, because the truth will reveal itself. All right, so think about it. Nezu is the super cute and super smart principal of UA. And you know he's seen some shit because just look at that scar across his eye. Then let's take a look at Ingenium before his horrible accident. He's the turbo hero who can run at super speed. So what kind of baby would he have with Nezu? Well, what hero do we know that's super fast, blue, and an animal that's capable of speech? Yes, that's right. I'm talking about Sonic the Yes, I'm serious, Sonic. Well, if you let me explain. Listen, the combination actually works pretty well if you think about it. Ingenium has the ability to move at superhuman speeds, and Nezu is a super smart talking animal that looks sort of like a hedgehog if you squint really hard. So if you were to squint really hard at their kid, they'd probably look like Sonic. And okay, sure, Nezu has white fur, not blue, but seriously, this is an anime, and hair dye exists. Fur dye in this case. And sure, Sonic would technically have jets on his legs, but it's close enough. I really like Sonic, and it would be great if you would just let me have this one. Okay, I'm not shipping these two heroes just because they're old. Okay, maybe I am, but I think they would make a really cool baby with some really cool quirks. I'm looking at Deku's mentor, Gran Torino, and Yue's nurse, Recovery Girl. So at first glance, this ship doesn't seem to make any sense. For one thing, Gran Torino uses his quirk to inflict pain via a swift kick to the face, while Recovery Girl heals people. So how could they make a good hero baby? Well, instead of using a kiss to heal, this baby would kick you. Yeah, using Gran Torino's jet-like feet, they would fly around saving the day by kicking the sick and injured directly in the face. Okay, I'm not some sick masochist, okay? Their kicks would have healing properties too. As soon as they kick you, you begin to heal. Also, remember what Recovery Girl said about her powers? The greater the injury, the more stamina and energy you lose when she heals you. Well, her baby's powers would work in a sort of similar way. The greater the injury, the harder they have to kick you in the face. That makes sense, right? The point of their power is that it both hurts and heals. It's essentially the physical manifestation of an oxymoron. Still, I think it heals more than it hurts, because at heart, Gran Torino and Recovery Girl are big softies. I mean, if it wasn't for them, Deku would still be injuring himself every time he used One for All. I guess this baby's power could also work in different ways, like maybe in order to be healed, you'd have to give them a foot massage or something. The better the foot massage, the faster you heal. Or even worse, you'd have to kiss their feet to receive healing. Okay, boy, I don't care how bad One for All beats me up, I am not kissing some random person's feet. Let's just stick with the baby face kicking thing. That's better in a sense. If you can't get enough of these babies, take a second to visit GetintheRobot.tv to sign up for our email updates. You'll get some sweet desktop and phone backgrounds featuring these custom illustrated bouncing babes. So this next ship has two awesome pro heroes for parents. With a dad like Best Genus, you know this baby is gonna have style. I mean, the guy pulls off a denim turtleneck that looks like tiny belted jeans. And we've seen Mount Lady use her quirk to square off against some of the strongest villains we've encountered so far. So how does Genus quirk Fiber Master pair up with Mount Lady's gigantification? To be honest, there's a lot of ways you could go about combining their powers, but I think it'd be hard to argue against what I've come up with. This baby could use his dad's fiber powers combined with his mom's powers of gigantification to make really big jeans. I don't think you get how big these jeans could be. We're talking the size of a building. Like, this quirk could be called Jinko jeans. Now, before you call me out for going on a nostalgia trip, this quirk wouldn't just help this baby fit into a circa 1997 Smash Mouth video. It'd actually be really useful. With Jinko jeans, this baby could expand their fabric to cover, well, just about anything. Imagine getting caught in a giant circus tent that's actually just this baby's humongous jeans. Yeah, you're fucked. Genus can manipulate fibers strand by strand, meaning this baby could easily trap and bind villains. And not just one villain. If Mount Lady and Best Genus had this baby helping them at the Nomu factory, things might have gone way differently. And if this baby could somehow make Jinko jeans fashionable again, they'd truly be doing the world a great service. All right, enough joking around. It's time to talk about the only actual canon ship on this list. It's the fact that these two have so little in common that makes them a great ship. Yep, I'm talking about Eraserhead and Miss Joke. These teachers have a great rapport during the licensing exam, and I gotta say that I love seeing how easily Miss Joke could get under Eraserhead's skin. Yo, you know she'd grill him for wearing that sleeping bag around. And I wouldn't mind seeing UA's glummest teacher crack a smile every once in a while. I mean, there's absolutely nothing better than watching two people overcome their differences, find love, and inspire a million fanfics. Eraserhead can temporarily erase quirks, and Miss Joke's quirk, Outburst, allows her to force people to laugh. So what do you get when you combine the two? A super emo baby. Like her father, this baby can take something very dear from her opponents. And like her mom, her quirk messes with emotions. This baby can basically erase an opponent's happiness. Oof, I'd call this quirk despair, and it would really be a bummer. But there would be some limitations. Like Eraserhead, this baby would only be able to use their quirk for as long as they can keep their eyes open. So as soon as they blink, the target gets their joy back. So imagine a dry-eyed, super-powered emo baby walking around making people sad. I honestly think Dad would be proud, even though this baby is pretty much a Dementor. Just think of them stalking the grounds of UA in black robes, searching for their next victim. Probably some eye drops. Okay, this baby's starting to sound less like a hero and more like a villain. But if she wields her quirk well, she could probably bring a lot of battles to an end without using any violence. She'd just use crippling sadness instead. And I don't know about you, but after what he did to Best Genus, I'd love to see All for One crying like a millennial with crushing student debt. That got a little too personal. I am sorry. Thanks for watching. I'm Kurt, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to GetintheRobot, your anime explainer.